Hey guys, what's going on? It's MassiveJoes Weekly.
Another delicious intro to MassiveJoes Weekly Word episode 128. Neve. I feel like my head's getting cut off in this episode when I sit up. I'm gonna have to get down on your level. But now I look like I'm a shorty. Go shorty.
Maybe you just need to sit back a bit. It's all about perspective.
Actually, there you go.
All about perspective.
That's what I need to do was get further away from
Why is there an airplane here? Where are we flying to?
Camera. That means it's on flight mode.
Fuck.
It means the camera's not transmitting
Ooh.
to the Wi-Fi's and shit.
All right.
Anyway.
What are we up to?
Weekly Word episode 128 coming at you, viewers at home. We missed last week, unfortunately. We had a short week here in Australia. Australia Day celebrations. So we missed Weekly Word last week, but we are back with a vengeance. Episode 128. We have shitloads to get through. So topics of discussion.
So we're back in stock. New products coming soon. Australian Supplement Awards, February specials, AskNeve, story time with Neve.
And we have 33 questions for AskNeve.
We do have a lot.
So you put this in your, you know, a lot of people don't actually watch Weekly Word anymore. They listen to it.
That's why I said we need to do Spotify playlist.
Well, this does get on, people are probably listening to it now on the podcasts, because this does get podcasted as well.
To where?
So all over the place. Spotify, iTunes.
What's our Spotify account?
I don't fucking know, MassiveJoe. I'm not IT Island. I don't deal with these things. I just know that they take the audio and they podcast the shit.
I think that's made up.
Well, write that down, because they should.
Put on Spotify.
Jam-packed episode of MassiveJoes Weekly Word. First topic of discussion.
Back in stock. Hair's not looking bad.
It's looking good, man. You know what? It's that like 2 weeks post Robbie's Chop Shop cut. You go like, the thing is, there's timing to it, guys. There's timing to it. You go get your fresh cut with Rob. It looks delicious, and then it starts growing. So it looks delicious for like 2-3 days, and then it starts growing, and then it takes like 2 or 3 weeks to get that perfect where it is now, and it's good for like a week, and then you got to go see Rob again.
Oh, for
it's
you,
the vicious cycle, man.
For you it is.
Vicious cycle. So I'm gonna go have to see Rob next week, I reckon. But at the moment, fucking delicious. Look how long it is too. Look at that.
It's luscious.
Can you see that?
Very luscious.
Look how long that is.
I did notice you were wearing the
the
hat today, and it was hanging out the back of your hair.
Yeah. It's very long, very long. Could definitely top knot it.
No, I reckon you get it ratty.
Rat it. Just keep going. Just keep going.
Just rat's tail.
Okay. First topic of discussion, Neve.
Back in stock. So Platinum Labs OptiBurn, now in stock in all flavours.
Yes, back in stock in all flavours. Very hot selling product this time of year, the OptiBurn.
Rule 1 R1 Isolate, all flavours, all sizes.
Yes.
And Rule 1 Blend, all flavours, all sizes.
Boom.
Boom.
That's it?
Yep.
That's all the back in stock?
Yep.
Fuck, that's awesome. Next topic of discussion, Neve.
New products.
Hit 'em, baby.
So we got Performix Ion V2X, which is I've used for a couple months now.
Really? You've been using it for a couple? I've used it a couple of times.
Couple months. I've used the candy. Is it candy? What flavour?
The one I used was blackberry lemonade.
I didn't use that one.
Yeah. It was good.
Yeah, big fan.
Boss Josh and I we actually shot an episode of preview, not live on the YouTube channel yet, but will be in the next week on that particular product. And we both thought it was, well, I'm not going to tell you what we thought. Go watch the fucking video.
Yeah. ON Amino Energy Tea series, so the Raspberry Back Tea.
Yes! Round of applause for ON.
Sweet Mint Tea, White Peach Tea. 3
more flavours of essential amino energy. I think that means they've got like fucking 20 flavours in Australia now.
I fucking hated it.
You what?
I hate the tea series.
You don't like it at all?
I've tongue punched better assholes in those flavours. I'll be honest.
All of them?
Yeah, all of them. I hate all of them.
I'm not a big tea drinker. I'm a massive coffee drinker. But I actually like the sweet mint tea. That was actually quite good.
No, I hated all of them.
No, oh,
not a fan.
Well, if you like tea, you probably like them. If you don't,
go back to tongue punching assholes.
There you go.
All right, MTS Way Espresso. Is it really macchiato?
It's espresso.
Joe's put macchiato because he likes to talk in his...
because that's what Mark calls it. He calls it espresso macchiato.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's espresso.
Yeah. It's coffee flavour.
Yeah.
It's iced coffee flavour.
Yeah.
That's what we're calling it in Australia.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
MTS Way iced coffee, now in stock.
And
actually, on that point, I will mention it because a few people may not realize that they actually MTS actually uses real coffee beans in this way, in this flavored way. It does have caffeine. So every scoop yields 100 milligrams of caffeine. So you do have to incorporate that into your daily caffeine intake.
So I've been having 200 milligrams of caffeine in my smoothie bowl.
Correct.
Fuck.
If you've been using espresso, yeah.
All right, I need to stop it.
There you go. See, you didn't even fucking realize.
No.
That's why I had to mention to the viewers.
Team J Apparel two-tone shorts, black on black.
Boom! You got them on at the moment?
Yeah, I'm not standing up.
No, we did that. We did that last week.
week.
Available now at MassiveJoes.com and all of our retail stores.
And available next week, or whenever you probably see this, but next week, Extend Ripped.
Yes, the new
Extend Ripped.
the new Extend, which is like Extend with acetyl-L-carnitine and CLA.
Yep.
From memory, a couple of fat metabolizing and lipolysis inducing ingredients.
Yep.
Not bad. Next topic of discussion.
I just want to make note that the Performance Ion V2X and the Extend Ripped make an appearance in the monthly special.
They do, but we'll discuss that later on.
Yes, I'm just going to say, so if you want to try those two new products...
Always premature Neve. Always.
It's a problem. I've spoken to doctors about it. It's a serious issue. Not to make light of it. Extend Ripped and Performance Ion V2X, part of the MassiveJoes monthly specials in February. Yeah. So if you want to pick them up, you'll also receive some free goodies with that.
Yeah, and we'll get to those in a second. Premature Neve. Yep. Next topic of discussion, premature Neve.
I'm just trying to think about. No, I'm trying to think about how you can put premature and Neve in a word like Neve.
No, it doesn't work. No. Yeah, just go with premature Neve.
Yep. What are we up to?
We're up to the next topic.
Coming soon, which is like Neve. Fuck.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Coming soon.
Please do make sure that little snippet makes the Instagram clip. Yeah. That's great. Coming soon.
All right. So we got Creation Beta Pure.
Yes.
Cluster Pure and Laxer Pure.
Yes, should be available really soon, probably like in the first half of February if all goes to plan. The new series from Creation should be in first half of February.
Yep. Core MRP Blueberry Crumb Cake.
Yes, also in mid-February, new flavour of Core MRP, and I'm not a big fan of fruit-based protein powders, but this is like a cake. Yeah. It's not like a blueberry protein. It's like they should have just called it cake because it's fucking delicious.
I've yet to try it, but the MRP is absolutely delicious.
And blueberry takes it to the next level. Next topic of discussion.
Australian Supplement Awards.
Yeah, Australian Supplement Awards, 4th annual Australian Supplement Awards are now open for voting. So all of you guys, if you enjoy watching our videos, the one thing we ask of you is for 5 minutes of your time to actually, you know what, do it. Pause this video after I've told you what to do. Pause this video, go to australiansupplementawards.com.au.
Or the link are you going to put a link in the description?
Link is in the description box. Go there, click the link in the description box, australiansupplementawards.com.au. Take the 5 minutes that it takes to vote for your favorite supplements over the last 12 months. There's 14 categories. Protein powder of the year, mass gainer of the year, pre-workout of the year, fat burner of the year, etc., etc. You pick one, your favorite product in each of those categories. It takes you less than 5 minutes. You click submit, and then you just share it on Facebook. So there's like a share link that comes up. You share it on Facebook. It says, I voted in the Australian Supplement Awards. You go into the draw to win a all expenses flights, accommodation, tickets for 2 to the Arnold Sports Festival Australia this year.
Yep.
You'd be crazy not to do it. And not only that, but I did it yesterday. I enjoy it because you get there, you can only pick one product. So I have like a lot of favorite supplements. So I'm like, fuck, what am I going to pick for supplement of the year? Yep. And I was like, it's good fun.
You need to get out more.
I know. I enjoy it. So go do that, guys. Pause the video right now. Link is in the description box, australiansupplementawards.com.au. We're trying to get a record number of votes this year. So we're trying to break records, and I'm sure that we will with your support, but we need your support to do it. So links in the description box, go and vote and enjoy. Next topic of discussion, Neve.
February specials.
Woo! Just tell them your favorites.
Put them on the screen, Dylan.
Just tell them.
If not, doesn't matter. We'll just tell you our favourite. My favourite has got to be. I'm all about that fat loss life at the moment.
Yeah.
ATP, AMP-V with a T432, get a free 100 bag of sea carnitine.
And you always love your ATP specials. I'm going to go for the Furious Load stack.
Yep.
Love that stack. Core Fury Extreme and Core Load at a stupidly discounted price.
Yep.
Can't go past it.
Save $30.
Yeah. There's a bunch of good specials this month.
There's a lot of good specials.
There's like free proteins, free aminos.
I'm just going to go back over what we said before.
Yeah.
About the 2 new products.
Yeah.
So we've got, where are they, Joe? Oh, buy a tub of the Performance Ion V2X pre-workout, get a free 2-pound tub of Performance Pro Whey cookies and cream for free. And what was the other one?
The Extend Ripped. With the other new
get a free tea of Salvation Extend. Free Salvation tea.
I mean, the monthly specials keep getting better and better, and these February specials, man, the tits. Very, very happy with them.
Yep.
Next topic of discussion, Neve.
Ask Neve.
33 questions. Big Neve. We're going to have to rapid fire through some of these, but some of them are actually quite lengthy, so I don't think they will be rapid fireable. Starting from the top, Phil Spencer, our good man Phil, currently working in Almelo, the Netherlands. He's freaky dicky Dutch. At the moment, Phil's not. Phil's from the UK.
He is. Chester? Is he from Chester?
I believe he is. Same as Pierre.
Yep.
Yeah, they both live close to each other. Working in Almelo, the Netherlands. I don't even know where that is on a map, but you guys would have just seen it. I've been watching the TMJ everyday videos and loving the knowledge bombs being dropped. Thank you, Phil. We appreciate that, man. I particularly like the video on mind-muscle connection, so tonight in the gym, I really tried to get that connection instead of throwing weights around. But my question for Neve is, I experienced by really trying to concentrate on targeting the muscle, I needed to drop the weight down as I fatigued far easier. Is that how it should be, or should I be able to lift the same weight?
No, it'll be a lot, definitely have to drop down the weight to be able to feel that muscle. A lot of the times, like, especially for stuff like, let's just go with your barbell bench press, for example. You can put a lot of weight and throw it around, or you can actually feel that muscle on the eccentric, feeling that muscle, and then the concentric, nice and slow, controlled, feeling that muscle working. You're going to be doing a lot more than just putting weight on the bar and throwing it around.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm embarrassed to say this, but I did chest on Tuesday night. 4th exercise in, did barbell bench. What do you reckon I bench pressed?
4th exercise in though.
Yeah, nice and slow, controlled.
80 kgs?
100 for 4 reps or 5 reps.
That's still, fuck dude, if I was 4 exercises in, I'd struggle to flat bench press 100.
Well, it wasn't good though. When I can't, you just better throw around 160.
You did. Are you training chest tomorrow?
I don't know.
You want to train chest together?
Yeah, sure.
We haven't done a chest workout together for a while. There you go. You thank Phil for that.
There you
go. Fight 2913. Hey guys, Richie from North Carolina, US of A. Richie, one of our frequent question askers in AskNeve. Hey guys, thanks for referring me to the Rooster podcast last week. You're welcome, Richie. Thank you for listening. Very informative on your journey, Joe. My question this week is, how many exercises per day or muscle group should I be doing to make gains? Wasn't sure if there was a point in which too little or too much diminished results. Sorry for the long question. Stay massive.
I like to do 5 or 6 exercises.
Per workout?
Yep.
Yeah. I agree.
Sometimes that exercise might be a superset, but 5 to 6 exercises / supersets.
I like to, you know what I like to use, Richie? I don't like to use exercises. I like to use working sets. Because if you're doing an exercise for 3 working sets, or you're doing the same exercise for 5 working sets, the working sets is actually how much work you're doing. You know, you could do 20 exercises, but only do 1 working set, and still end up with 20 working sets. Yeah. So I like to look at working sets. And for me, generally, I mean, if you follow my workout summaries on the MassiveJoes Snapchat and my personal Instagram, you would know most of my workouts are between 25 and 35 working sets, with the exception of leg workouts tend to be, you know, 35 to 45 working sets. So that's me personally, is I don't look at exercises, I look at 25 to 35 working sets per workout, regardless of how many muscle groups are in that particular workout. Fox Fitness. Hey guys, Adam Fox from the UK. doesn't say where, but just pop a big dot like in the middle of the fucking UK there, Dylan. Hey guys, love the content and keep up the great work. My question is as follows. I'm looking at dropping some weight. Currently weighing in at 257.4 pounds and would like to drop around 30 pounds. My current macros are 2463 calories split into 185 protein, 277 carbs and 68 grams of fat. Over the last month, my weight fluctuated from 259.7 down to 256.6, up and down. I feel bloated a lot of the time and don't seem to be getting results. I'm wondering if I could be carb sensitive. Like Neve mentioned, he was in the last weekly word. Any advice in the above would be much appreciated for macros, etc. My training and cardio is all going to plan and couldn't be happier with that. Stay massive. See you at Body Power.
Something you could probably try doing is like carb cycling and see how that goes as well.
Continue, sorry.
What's that? You know, say. I maybe like. But
he doesn't need to carb cycle. The fucking carb intake's too high, man.
But you could try it. But probably carb cycling isn't the word I'd say. Probably what I do though is I go very low, like lowish carbs for like 4 or 5 days.
But have a look at these macros, man. 2,500 calories. That's not a lot of calories.
No.
But almost 300. That's a lot of carbs making up a big percentage of those calories.
Like I say, I probably don't have 280 grams of carbs in an entire week.
That's almost 50% of his calories coming from carbs. That's too much.
I'd probably go like 20% from carbs.
Especially on someone in a caloric, you're trying to be in caloric deficit, you're trying to cut body fat, man. Carbs are too damn high.
So I'd probably, like, if it's me, I'd go, you're on 2,400 calories.
Almost 2,500.
20%, what's 20% of that? 500 calories. Divide that by 4 calories per. I'd be looking at getting like 100 to 150 grams of carbs.
I agree. Bump up your fats. Your fats are too low, in my personal opinion. Could bump up your protein a little bit if you want to keep your caloric intake the same, but your carbs are too high, Adam.
I'd look at going like 40, 40, 20.
Yeah, that's what we say. I do an MJ Everyday episode on that. 40, 40, 20 split. And then, as you need to drop calories to get further in caloric deficit, drop your carbs. Keep your protein and fat the same.
The reason I said about carb cycling was to see if like different days have an effect on your bloating.
Well, of course they fucking are. If you're carb cycling, for sure, because you're gonna lose weight on low carb days because you're not gonna have glycogen. So I don't really like that answer.
No, I do.
To disagree with you.
I do.
I mean, it's your segment. But.
No, I do, because I think that if you need to, I still think that you need to carb cycle, because I think after a while of too many days of too many low carbs in a row, it will be diminishing. All
right, so let's go with this. Firstly, drop your carb intake. Secondly, as you need to push further into a caloric deficit, drop your carb intake further. Thirdly, carb cycle. Happy?
Only because from my personal experience, I run on very low carbs, as we've said, 50 to 100 grams a day. But by the 4th or 5th day, I start feeling negative effects, which is where I have to have a high carb meal or a higher carb day. So that's what I do personally. I guess it's not carb cycling as commonly known, but me personally, I couldn't run 50, 100 grams of carbs like for fucking 6 months straight.
Yeah, but Adam's not going to need to do that straight away. He's going to go from like 300 grams of carbs down to 250. And then he might go from 250 down to 220, and then from 220 down to 190, and then from 190 down to 150, and then from 150 down to 120. And when he's around 120, then you can look at carb cycling. Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Well, look, so keep
down the track.
Keep your calories at 2,500.
Yeah.
But just change how they're made up.
Bobby Tarano. Hey guys, Bobby, who's actually referred to himself as Booby.
That's perfect.
Nice, very well done.
How do you know his name's not Booby?
Well, no, because it's Bobby and then it's Booby.
Maybe he fucked up his username.
Yeah, maybe. Booby here from Houston, Texas, USA. Do you watch World's Strongest Man? What do you make of the current generation of fatties that compete? My favorite is Brian Shaw. Does Australia have a strong man?
There's a few questions there. Do I watch World's Strongest Man? No.
You don't watch it, but you keep up to date with what's happening.
No, I don't know anyone. I don't know anyone.
Really?
No.
I do. I keep up to date with what's happening in the world of strongman.
I know there's Brian. I've heard of Brian Shaw before.
Yeah. You've heard of Eddie Hall?
Yeah.
You've heard of Big Z?
No.
You haven't heard of Big Z?
Eddie Hall and Brian Shaw are probably the only two I know.
Thor, you know who Thor is?
Yeah.
Yeah?
All right, that's three.
You know who they are.
But I don't keep up with them. Come on, mate.
I keep up with the world.
What do you think of the current generation of fatties that compete? Well, they're fucking ridiculous.
They're the strongest strongmen that have ever lived.
Ridiculous.
Who gives a fuck if they're fat or not? They compete. They don't care what they look like. They're competing to be strong.
Ridiculous.
And not all of them are fatties.
Nah.
I mean, Big Z's got a gut of beast on him.
What was his name? What was his name back in the day? Marius?
Yes, the Polish
yeah.
Marius. I can't remember his name. Started with a P. But he was
yoked to shit.
He was shredded. But it'd be interesting because if he competed today with the current strongmen, I don't think that he would be anywhere near as successful as he was back when he was dominating.
Well, he just doesn't have that fucking sheer size that like Thor and Eddie Hall and Brian Shaw have. So
they're monsters now.
Does Australia have a strongman? We have many strong. We just held a strongman competition here at MassiveJoes on the weekend.
Yeah, we don't have any. I don't think we've got any pro strongmen that compete in that, like in the world's strongest man.
Us here at MassiveJoes are very close with Jordan Steffens.
Yeah.
Biggie.
He's probably the closest that we've had in a long time. He was like on the cusp of turning pro in strongman. The problem with Biggie, and once again this comes back to the state of strongman, is he's just too small. And when I say small, he's like 6'4", 140 kilos. So he's not small by any stretch of the imagination, but when you compare him to guys like Brian Shaw, who are 6'8", 180 kilos, you know, it's hard to compete with that. Man.
Yeah, it is.
Monsters. That's that question.
But Biggie's also very good at, like, he's got his weightlifting background. I don't think he's a powerlifting meet, but yeah.
There you go. Boom. Orlin Jawfeach. I've said that correctly.
Yep.
Orlin Jawfeach from Grand Rapids, Michigan, USA. What's happening, brother? Currently in my split, I have a shoulder/back day since my back is my best muscle group, while shoulders, primarily rear and mid delts, are a bit weaker. But unfortunately, I can't give another day due to obligations as well as already having a day just for biceps, since it's by far my weakest muscle group. I'm sensing something here already. I was wondering what set of 5 to 7 exercises you would both recommend. Cheers and stay massive.
For what? For shoulders?
He hasn't actually specified. I'm going to assume that it's a shoulder for his shoulder back day. I'm going to assume.
Look, the thing is, there's not a magical fucking 7 exercises that are going to grow your shoulders. That's the thing. There's not a magic exercise that's going to grow more muscle than other exercises. Probably, I think there are more beneficial exercises, yes, but Joe and I both plan our workout. Well, you don't because your fucking front delts take over. But if your shoulders as a whole are a weak point, I look at doing 2 front delt, 2 side delt, 2 rear delt exercises. So like could be like rear pec deck, could be the rear cable fucking. That's what I personally like doing. Like your rope cable pulls, high pulls, those kind of things for your rear delts. Side delts, obviously your side lat raises and your hanging side lat raises and those kind of things. Your front delts are like your front raises, your shoulder press, overhead press. A lot of exercises like that. So I'd pick just, 2 side delt, 2 rear delt, 2 front delt, but don't keep them the same every week because your body will just get used to it. So if you're doing your presses, some day it might be standing overhead barbell press, some day it might be seated overhead barbell press, some days seated shoulder press with dumbbells, some days it might be standing. Just like you're changing everything, you just want to keep changing it and keeping
it fresh, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, fresh and clean. And the other thing, all in, is make sure that on that shoulder back day, you train shoulders first. Yeah. Prioritize your weaker muscle group and do your stronger muscle group later on in the workout. Yeah. Kezia Manning. Hey guys, Kez from Coobapedy, South Australia. Love your work, boys. I was at your ATP Science seminar last year and it was great. Happy to hear that, man. It was good. It was a good seminar, that one. Lots of people. Steve, Eddie recommended that I make the switch to a no/low carb diet. Steve Eddy. I was like, who the fuck is Steve? Yeah. Okay. Steve Eddy, who was at the seminar, recommended that I make the switch to a no/low carb diet, but I struggle with breakfast. I'm a bowl of cereal or a couple of pieces of toast kind of girl. What are your go-tos? Also, have you considered stocking an XL in the women's apparel? I love your stuff, but the unisex doesn't really work for me, but the L for chicks is just a little bit too fitted for comfort. Thanks, guys, and stay massive.
In regards to the apparel, yeah, we'll put that through to Leah and
send that straight through on the next order. Get some XLs in there. I think you must be talking, Kez, you must be talking about the performance apparel, because most of the women's stuff we do run in XL, but I think the performance just runs to a large.
I think also the Cascade races also only run to a large.
Okay, yeah. No, we'll get that sorted. That's no problem.
In terms of a low carb, no carb diet with breakfast options, the two I either go to are like your meat and nuts kind of diet, which is very popular these days in the bodybuilding. So your steak and nuts or your chicken and nuts, those kind of things. I personally for breakfast make a like, because I am a fan of, like, we used to have protein and oats. I don't do that anymore, so I just make a smoothie bowl.
Yep.
So I do put banana in that. Obviously, banana's got your carbs in there, but your frozen banana. I put frozen blueberries. I put peanut butter, which you get my good fats in. I use Joe's or myself's sugar-free maple syrup for a bit of flavour, and then 2 scoops of MTS Whey or Core. Sorry, what is it? Patriots Whey.
That's going to be low carb. That's not no carb.
Yeah, it's low carb. Yeah, it is low carb. So I'm saying what I do as a low carb diet. So I either have the salad with nuts, chicken salad nuts, steak salad nuts as an option.
Which nuts?
D's nuts. Or I'll have, as I just said, a smoothie bowl, and that'll sort of keep my carbs down around under sort of 30 grams, depending on how much banana and stuff you put in. So either of those two options. With the smoothie bowl, obviously you blend it up in a NutriBullet, put your ice in there with the frozen banana and stuff. It makes it quite thick, which makes it as obviously a smoothie bowl. So either of those two options. If you like a cereal kind of breakfast, you might be more inclined to have a smoothie bowl, as I just said. If you, a lot of people I speak to say they can't do meat and stuff for breakfast. Well, fuck, I love meat, so I'll eat for breakfast. But yeah, either of those two options, I'd say to go for.
There you go. Jared Dover. Hey guys, Jared here from Ballina. Is that Ballina or Ballina? I think it's Ballina, but we're going to call it Ballina. Fuck it. New South Wales, Australia. When in a slight calorie surplus, attempting to make them lean gains, how and when do you know your body has adopted to this caloric intake, and when should you bump your calories up again? What is the safest way to go about this without the excess fat gain, i.e., how much increase, at what pace, etc.? Stay massive, you big boys.
You know when your body's adapted because your weight gain will stop.
That's right. You stop making them lean gains.
Yeah, so that's it. So that's how you know when to bump your calories up again, is when it stays stable. The same as fat loss. When your fat loss stabilizes, whatever the fucking word is, that's when you know to cut it. What is the safest way without the excess fat gain is just like low calories, like a low calorie increase.
Increase by 5%, man. 5% up. A little bit of protein, a little bit of carbs, a little bit of fat, 5% at a time. That's all you need.
I'd say 100. I'd say 100 calories, if that.
Well, it's relative to what you
caloric intake is. Roughly 100 calories as a rough guesstimate.
I think it's probably a little bit low.
No.
I'm gonna say 5%.
I go 100 calories.
There you go.
And then he's also asked, what do you increase? I'd probably increase. It depends on what stage you're at, but easy things to do. I generally increase the fats or the protein and keep my carbs the same. So,
yeah,
it's very difficult. It's a case by case.
Yeah, it's a case by case basis. But once again, we come back to if you have a specific macronutrient split in terms of percentage wise that works well for you, you should try and maintain that percentage as you increase your caloric intake, which means that your macros are going to have to increase.
Things that I'll do is I'll increase my chicken or steak from 200 grams to 220.
Yeah.
Like little changes like that.
Yeah.
I'll increase my fats a little bit. I'll increase my nut serving size from 30 grams to 40 grams.
Yeah.
Little things like that. I don't count calories, so that's how I know, because I go off weights. So things like that for me is easy to do. J4YL1L.
Hey guys, it's Jalil from the ADL. here in South Australia, I've noticed that a lot of the complete pre-workouts in the market today are dosed really well, such as ingredients for muscle power endurance pumps, such as Rhino, Red, White, and Boom, Koala Freak. However, companies completely ruin their pre-workout with stupid doses of stimulants, such as 400 milligrams of caffeine. This will force you to half scoop because you don't want that many stimulants, but this will also result in you getting half of the other ingredients as well that you want in full doses. This is a fucking great question. Isn't this a great question? I love MTS Clash, but I find it is a bit too strong for me. I'm assuming with the stimulants still. What's your thoughts on this trend, you very big boys? Keep up the content, TMJ fam, and stay massive.
Yeah, obviously it is an issue because if you're only having half a scoop or so, then you're only getting half the serving size of the pump formula.
Yeah, man, like Jalil, I feel you on this one, man. I have a big problem with this. You know, especially like Koala Freak is a big one for me. Fucking great formula, way too much caffeine. And it's all anhydrous as well. It's like, come on, man, like what the fuck?
Unfortunately, there's nothing you do. What I do to get around it, I mean, most ingredients that I'm cutting down on that I want more of is generally pump stuff. Me personally, that I find. I mean, when it comes down to it, obviously you got your beta-alanine, your creatine, those kind of things. But to me personally, the stuff that I sort of more worry about is obviously getting a less serving size of agmatine or citrulline malate, etc. Me personally, because I'm a big fan of the pump ingredients. So that's what I do.
You know what?
Is I make sure I take a pump formula.
You know what? I'm going to kick it back to, man, this must have been 5 or so years ago. Cellucor used to do a pre-workout that was in 2 parts.
Yeah.
I think it was called M5. It was M5.
And you're top of the
board. They had C4 and M5. And they had and it was like 2 containers that screwed on. Do you remember it?
Yeah.
And like the top container had the stimulant blend, and the bottom container had like everything non-stimulant, like the pump, the beta-alanine, the creatine, everything. And you could like adjust depending on what you wanted that day. I would love to see something like that come back.
Yeah.
I might, you know, we might hit Dougie or Mark up and see if they can do it under core MTS.
I mean, that's the thing that you're going to have to do is if...
I would love that.
Is if you like Joe, who does take like your creatine hydrochloride, and it does take, and we've got the creation and launching the Beta Pure, those kind of things is
build your own.
Build your own.
Yeah.
I mean, if you are using your pre-workout, such as let's go with the Koala Freak, and using a half scoop, or using some kind of pre-workout, and you're no longer getting that 3.2 grams of beta-alanine, that's what we'd recommend. Is if you're using half a scoop of X pre-workout, so now you're only getting 1 gram of beta-alanine, use half a scoop of Creation Beta Pure or half a scoop of ATP beta-alanine.
Yeah.
Chuck in, if you're trying to get 5 grams of creatine monohydrate, chuck in 2.5 grams of creatine monohydrate or HCl Pure, those kind of products. So yeah, it's going to be more expensive, but I mean, obviously you're going to get more, you're going to get what you want, and you're going to get more serves of that pre-workout anyway. So whereas it used to last you 3 weeks, it's now lasting you 6 weeks.
Yeah.
And you're sort of making up for it. Because obviously stuff like creatine and beta-alanine, if you buy it in bulk and a pretty big one, you're going to get 200 serves odd out of it. So
yeah. That's it. David Bonavia. Hey guys, David from Melbourne, Victoria, Australia. How do you guys like to structure your HIIT workouts when cutting? I follow Joe's Raw Cut, and I'm a big fan of the 3 minutes on, 1 minute off. Any chance of posting any more of them, or some pointers in how to create your own? For example, choice of exercises, on-off periods, etc.
With HIIT workouts, 3 minutes on is too long. Of like intense workout. I prefer to bar.
Well, David's referring to like the CrossFit style Metcons.
Yeah, so Joe and I do HIIT differently. Yeah. So the thing with me is I prefer more Tabata kind of stuff, like your like F45 kind of stuff. So 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off.
Yeah.
30 seconds on, 20 off. 40 seconds on, 10 to 15 off. Those kind of things. I prefer those shorter, high intensity periods and then a smaller rest period. Yeah, Joe doing his CrossFit workouts or whatever, where you're doing 3 minutes of constant work and then 1 minute off, that's great. And yeah, it's going to work as well. For me personally, because of my fitness level and because of muscle fatigue and stuff like that, I can't do those things for 3 minutes at one go. So that's me personally. So I'd rather structure it as a Tabata workout.
you know, David, it really is a personal thing, man. Like, there's no kind of rule that you have to structure HIIT workouts a certain way or not a certain way, or, you know, just find things that work for you, really. I think that's kind of all it comes down to. V8 Dino.
Especially like stuff, I'll just say quickly, like with HIIT, if you're doing like a sleds and you're doing like 3 minutes on, 1 minute off, I can't push a heavy sled for 3 minutes in one go.
No.
So it comes down to as well, as Joe said, what exercise are you doing? If you've got a sled stacked up with 100 kilos on there, you can't push it up and back for 3 minutes because you fucking you'll end up throwing your guts up from the lactic acid burn, or you spend 40 seconds pushing it and 2 minutes 20 there trying to get your breath back before you can go again. So.
V8 Dino. Hey guys, Matt here from Brisbane, Queensland, Australia. I'm currently using the C4 pre-workout, but I want to mix it up and try something new. I have a bit of a budget, so I can't afford a huge pre-workout stack. So I was hoping you'd be able to recommend a good all-round pre-workout that has some nice ingredients for a juicy muscle pump and some nice focus and energy. I recently listened to 2 podcasts that you've done, Joe, and loved them both. Thank you, Matt. Appreciate that, Matt. Thanks, guys. Love the Weekly Word series and stay massive. Juicy muscle pump and nice focus and energy.
My favourite is the Miracle Abs stack at the moment in terms of a pre-workout stack.
I was going to say exactly the same thing. And I mean, you know, if the stack is outside of your price range, Matt, just red, white, and boom.
It's very good, yeah.
Is going to get you, you know, juicy muscle pump, really good energy and good focus as well. So it is just high in stimulants. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. I guess. What else? Look, there's probably another 2 good ones that are going to be, well, really 3 that are going to be good for muscle pump, good energy and good focus. If you want kind of one step down from red, white, and boom in terms of the stimulant effect, you could go Muscle Sport Rhino Black.
I've never been a fan of Rhino.
Or Core Fury Extreme. And then if you want to step down in stimulants once again, MTS Clash Fully Loaded.
I agree with those 3. I just don't like Rhino that much, but the other 3 I'm a big fan of.
Michael Munding. Hey guys, Mike from Lake Havasu City, Arizona, USA. What's happening, Mike? Big Neve. This one is for fun. No homo. Joe, Josh, Joel, you have to fuck one, kill one, and marry one. Go.
I'd marry Joe.
Oh, thanks, man.
So I'd get half his M4. I'd kill Josh. That's fucking without a question. That almost happens every day anyway.
You almost killed him yesterday at our monthly managers meeting. Big Nevos and Boss Josh had a bit of a stare off. I thought it was on.
And I'd
like Donkey Kong.
I'd fuck Joel because I know he's a freaky motherfucker. So
he's freaking the shit. That's a good question. I love those. Jacob McIntosh, Ask Neve. Hey guys, Jacob from Perth, Western Australia, Australia. Recently, there have been a number of articles about trust issues across online shopping with fake reviews or the use of filters to remove lower ratings. How does TMJ manage these issues to build trust for their online product ratings? Cheers and stay massive.
We have the review section on the website, and all the reviews get approved.
We don't use fake reviews, Jake. I mean, you can. I was actually on a website the other day, a supplement website in the US, and they had certain products, and the products had like 7,000 reviews. I'm like, no, those are not real.
Yeah.
You don't have 7,000 people that reviewed this product. And they're obviously using bots and probably off-sourcing to India or Bangladesh or you know, one of these countries where they'll just have people that just literally, you can pay them to write reviews on your website all day. Yeah. We don't do that at Massive Joes. All of our reviews are legit. And if you go through and read them, you'll see that we have, you know, products will have 20 to 50 reviews. They're not going to have 5,000 reviews. They're actually written by proper people, and they get approved by proper people in-house beforehand as well. So, you know, we make sure that people aren't swearing and writing derogatory.
Obviously, that's the only thing we would censor out is anyone writing derogatory or
yeah, if people want to give a product 1 star for a legit reason, we'll approve it. Like the whole point of product reviews is for you to get actual opinions from real people who have used products to help you make an informed buying decision. That's all it comes down to. You know, we don't give a fuck what you guys buy. We just want it to help you reach your goals. So yeah, but you're 100%. Like a lot of online retailers will use things like fake reviews and filters and all that sort of shit. At MassiveJoes, man, we keep it 100. That's what's up. Johnny Dakota. Johnny hasn't told us where he's from. I think we've got to kill this question.
Well, he obviously isn't a very big follower of MassiveJoes either. With his question.
Yeah, no, sorry, Johnny. Fuck you. I'm getting vicious. 33 questions. If you haven't told us what your name is and where you're from, you're out. Cut this motherfucker. Eric Donarski. Hey, my brothers. Eric here again from Michigan, USA. First of all, I dig the new thumbnail, looking big as fuck. Yeah, we updated the Weekly Word Uncut with the new...
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, no, it looks good. Now, as somebody who's chronically ill, I'm curious as to how both of you stay healthy outside of the gym. A foundation of health, obviously, is found in a good diet and lifestyle, but are there any supplements or things you do to improve your general well-being?
I take ATP Science Multifood as a multivitamin.
I take MTS Greens Plus Multi.
So we both use like a multi or a greens formula supplement. The thing that I really only get sick from is lack of sleep. I mean, someone like Joe seems to be able to run on no sleep at all. That's just not me.
I'm feeling it today. Yeah. I'll be honest. I've had like back-to-back days where I've had like less than 5 hours this week. Yeah. It's been a fucked week. Yeah. I'm feeling it today, fellas. I don't know if you can tell. I'm a little bit delirious in this motherfucker.
We've both had, like, Joe had a seminar last night.
These bags.
Yeah.
Oh, Audrey, I got bags under my eyes.
The last 2 mornings, so which is a Friday morning, Thursday and Friday morning, we both had 7 a.m. meetings, meetings, and we worked through till 5:36. But too many days in a row, especially training late, other life commitments, etc. Sleep. Some nights there is time where you do have lack of sleep, and for me, too many nights in a row, especially if you've got something on a weekend and it's busy and a Saturday night or whatever, if you don't get as much sleep as normal, then that's when I get sick. Is when I just get run down and my body just gets tired and run down. That's really the only time I get sick. How do I combat that is just, Sunday I like to just have as my personal day. Doesn't mean I spend 12 hours on the couch, but I just like to let my body sit down and chill and watch a movie on the couch. And if I fall asleep, then I have a nap, those kind of things. So yeah, I mean, that's really what I do.
So you're just dealing your diet, your training, your rest, your recovery, and then some help from supplements.
Well, like you said, obviously, if you go in, if I eat pizza fucking 3 days in a row and don't follow a diet and don't eat salad and bro foods, like healthy-ish foods, and yeah, I feel run down, I feel shit. Lack of sleep, all those kind of things are going to add to it. So you're right.
It's the whole thing, man. It all ties in.
Training, diet, especially like walking or cardio every day and weights every day, your body does get run down. Your CNS will take a hit. So that's where you do have to just take some time just to chill out and just rest and recover. Yeah. So.
David Jones. Hey guys, David Jones from Sunderland in the UK. Hey guys, love the content and keep up the good work. I've heard a lot of reports telling me the raw ingredients for BCAA supplements come from things like duck feathers and human hair. And you need to get fermented BCAAs to avoid this. What's your take on this? And if it doesn't state fermented like Core ABC, what makes up the raw ingredients and what should you look out for to avoid companies that use these types of suppliers? Thanks guys and stay massive.
What does ABC use?
As a source of BCAAs, I think it's a vegan source, but I'm not 100% sure. I could ask Doug to find out, but I know it's not human hair. It could be feathers of some sort, to be honest, man.
That's the thing is most companies won't really tell you where it comes from.
Most companies don't fucking know where it comes from because there's you guys got to understand that you know the raw ingredient supplement industry is very similar to most industries. Is you have probably 2 or 3 companies on the planet that produce raw BCAAs, and those 2 or 3 companies produce the BCAAs for every single company on the planet that has a BCAA supplement. It all comes down to like these 2 or 3 companies that are monsters. monster companies that do this production.
That's the thing, but like supplements like whey protein, every company doesn't have a different whey protein isolate they use. They all come from the same sort of, as Joe said, 3 or 4 different manufacturers or sources.
There's 2 companies on the planet that dominate whey protein as a raw material. There's one in New Zealand and there's one in the United States.
So that's the thing
Yeah. The BCAA thing is interesting, man, because fermented, like anything can be fermented. You know, fermented is a term that is a manufacturing term. That is how you're going to get, you know, BCAAs from any source. It doesn't mean that if the BCAAs are fermented that it means they're not coming from human hair or they're not coming from duck feathers or whatever it is. Let me tell you that to get BCAAs from human hair is going to be much more fucking expensive than it is to get BCAAs from a vegetable or BCAAs from a different source. No one's using human hair to get BCAAs. It's just not happening.
Yeah.
Like, think about that process. Where are we gonna source human hair to go and ferment BCAAs from? How would you even do that? I'm confused about that. And the other thing is, man, is really, let's say, for example, that companies are using human hair. They're not, but let's say that they are. Your end ingredient is leucine, isoleucine, and valine. That's what you're getting. Does it really matter where it comes from?
You're not actually drinking hair.
No. At the end of the day, you are looking at the amino acids, leucine, isoleucine, and valine. So whether those amino acids come from a meat source, a vegetable source, whatever source they come from, it doesn't matter because you're getting leucine, isoleucine, and valine. So don't stress too much about it. Is kind of where I'm going. You know, is there really anything else I need to say about that? These companies that are kind of using fermented BCAAs and vegan BCAAs and, you know, BCAAs from this source and that source. I mean, like I said, I guarantee you most of the BCAAs these companies are using are coming from the 2 or 3 manufacturers on the planet that produce BCAAs for everyone that uses BCAAs on the planet. Blaine Johnson. Hey guys, Blaine Johnson from New Jersey, USA. Fucking A. I was mixing up my Olympus Labs Rain the other day when a friend of mine offered me up a scoop of Kraken, both US versions, fuck the DMHA ban. I left the mixed scoop of Rain overnight in a shaker and it took about 24 hours later, the next day. While I felt no difference, does mixing a pre-workout and letting it sit for an extended amount of time alter it? Meaning, can this ruin its chemical shelf life and make some ingredients less potent or lose their effects? Thanks for the constant laughs, advice, and inspiration. Best wishes moving forward. Blaine from New Jersey.
I'm sure they would do. I mean, I wouldn't leave it sitting there for too long.
Yeah, there's certain ingredients, especially in pre-workouts, that will over time have reactions with water, which is why, you know, they dehydrate a lot of these ingredients and you have them in powdered form rather than liquid form. So yeah, I wouldn't get into the habit of doing it, man. We have had this question a bunch of times before, especially people that want to like mix train early in the morning and want to mix their pre-workout at night, leave it in the fridge, get up in the morning and it's good to go. I'm like, fuck man, it's going to take you literally 10 seconds to take a scoop out of your fucking tub and throw it in a shaker and add some water and drink it. Yeah. Like just, you know. Just fucking neck it.
Just keep the tub of water, a shaker full of water in the fridge and then as you said, just put the scoop to the cold water in the morning. So. Yeah.
But I wouldn't get into the habit of doing it, Blaine. Cliff Madeline, Cliff from the ADL.
And I don't know if you ever tasted B-Step Lays after you let it sit for 24 hours, but they fucking taste a bit funky.
Yeah.
You don't want to do it.
Yeah, because BCAAs aren't stable in water.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
They're not. Cliff Madeline, Cliff from the ADL here, fellows. A question really for both of you this week. Any plans for a TMJ supplement line? You both have such a wealth of knowledge, always learning, and thanks for sharing. And I'm sure that with the connections you have to so many huge companies, it would be an absolute beast of a product. Thanks for being the people's company. Stay massive.
Obviously, yeah, it's stuff down the track. But the thing is, as well, is because we have such a close working relationship with companies like MTS and Core, just to name a couple. If there's really a product we want or a product that we have an idea of, we'll just go to Doug or go to Mark and say, look, Doug, we want you to do a mental focus supplement, or we want you to do a X product, XYZ product that has these ingredients because we think it would do well on the market. And then we'll get them to produce it. I mean,
and usually the products crush, let's be honest.
So I mean, that's sort of how it works. Or if, like before, if we wanted new flavors of things like MTS Tim Tam, like ABC gummy snakes, those kind of things, I mean, it's very easy for them to do it because that's what they do. Is their job is to produce products. At the end of the day, we can do it. We have the connections to do it, but we're a supplement retailer.
You focus on your core competencies. And for us, our core competencies is retailing. And we're not retailing, wholesaling, distribution, but the selling of supplements on the consumer
The thing
end.
is, and the thing is we could do it, and we could do but it just it's a lot of time, money, effort, etc., to go into starting up an entire supplement line. Which is when sort of our focus is on MassiveJoes, the retail brand. At this point in time.
But never say never, Cliff. Who knows? Who knows what the future
at this
holds,
stage, it's just easy to send Doug an email and say, Doug, we want you to do a pre-workout. We want these ingredients. Make it happen.
Tyler Mack, 1001, Ask Neve. Hello there, Tyler from Texas in the USA. Where in Texas, Tyler? Texas is a big fucking state, man. It's almost like its own damn country. Neve is looking quite the shredded fellow. I know you aren't eating many carbs, so I was curious what your macros are if you are tracking them. If you're not tracking, then what would you have a guess to your fat, carbs, and protein numbers at the moment? You reckon your macros are right? I know you don't really track them, but what do you reckon?
I've got no idea.
What do you reckon? Throw some numbers down.
Carbs, 100?
Yeah, I'd agree. Based on what I see you eat throughout the day. I don't know what happens when you go home.
No difference. I have another salad meal, that's it.
What do you drink?
Water. Protein, I have like I try and get 50 grams of protein a meal, generally, like 200 grams of chicken.
How many meals are you having?
4 to 5.
So let's say 250 protein, 100 carbs.
I'd say 300. I'd say 300
how many
protein.
How many fat?
A lot. 100, 150, 200.
All right, so 300 protein, 100 carbs. So you've got 1,600 calories.
200 fat.
And then 200 fat. So you've got another 18. So you're probably just over 3,000 calories.
I'd say around 3,000 mark. 3 to 3,500.
High fat, high protein.
Couple Quest bars.
Low carb.
That's probably included. Yeah, I don't know. I'd say 3 to 3,500.
Ali UL. Hey fellas, Ali from London, England here. There seems to be a trend in the industry at the moment of going back to EAAs over BCA. I fucking hate that. Fuck! Man, this pisses me off. Not you, Ali. I like this question. I just hate this question. I hate the trend at the moment because it makes no fucking sense. We'll get into that in a second. I've been using Core ABC and Americaminos on your recommendation, but I've noticed an increase in BCAA products that also have EAAs on top, such as Primeval's EAA Max. Is this something that should be noted, or are BCAAs still fine? Thanks, guys. Keep killing it.
Right, BCAAs is still fine. The issue that, like, it's become prevalent in the, I guess, the industry or in the public spotlight because it's pushed heavily by people who have a financial interest in the company to push EAAs. I can think of one person in particular.
I'm gonna break this down as simply as I can.
But I just want to say one product. I know it came out, like, remember 6 months ago that fellow that we know did a video on it, and everyone started hitting us up about EAAs all of a sudden. Then you go and let's have a look at his product line. His product is an EAA product. Of course you're going to go say EAAs are better because I have an EAA product. Because you're about to launch a product that's got fucking EAAs in it. If we've got Team MassiveJoes creatine monohydrate, we're going to go out and do a video saying, go and buy a TMJ monohydrate, and you're going to get 100% more gains, you're going to get 100% more strength gains, you're going to blah, blah, because creatine monohydrate is this better for this reason. You shouldn't be taking any other form of product. Or here, go down to our description box in the video, here's a link to Team MassiveJoes creatine monohydrate, which is what people are doing. Don't listen to anything I just said then, but that is what people are doing. It's an analogy. I'm going to break it down as simply as I can for you, Ali. BCAAs are EAAs. That's the first thing. People don't realize that you have essential amino acids, right?
And within essential amino acids are these 3 essential amino acids which happen to be branch chains called BCAAs. So leucine, isoleucine, and valine, your 3 branch chain amino acids, are EAAs. They are essential amino acids. From a financial perspective, they are the most expensive essential amino acids to source. So if you're making, let's take core ABC for example. Let's say that Doug wanted to hop on this train. He never would because he's one of the most ethical guys I know, and he knows that this train is just a bullshit train full of crap going 100 miles really fast to fucking nowhere. But let's say for example, he wanted to take a tub of core ABC and he wanted to now market that as core ABC with essential aminos. So he went, I'm going to use 50% BCAAs and I'm going to use 50% some random blend of other EAAs. That's literally going to take 25 to 30% off his production cost. So he's now making 25 to 30% more per tub on core ABC because he's cut out the more expensive ingredient, which are BCAAs, and replaced it with a cheaper ingredient, which are EAAs. If he now then hops on this train, he's going to be making more cash. And that's effectively what it comes down to. And this whole notion about, you know, you need EAAs, give me the fucking study that proves that having EAAs is superior to having BCAAs. Show me something that supports that. That's not some dickhead doing a fucking video because he happens to think that, firstly, let me confuse people and get them to think that BCAAs and EAAs are 2 separate things when they're fucking not. And let me then try and convince them that you're going to get better results by combining these 2 things, which I've told you are different, which are actually almost exactly the same fucking thing. You combine the 2 of them, it makes me more money because my product doesn't cost as much money to make because I'm using cheaper ingredients, which are the EAAs, which I've now convinced you is better for you to have than straight BCAAs. It's fucking bullshit.
Bum.
Fuck that guy. Can we call him out?
I think everyone would know who it is already.
Fuck yeah, you guys can figure it out. Anyway, back to Ali's question. No, if you're BCAAs, man, 2-1-1 ratio, the proven ratio, BCAAs, intra-workout, with meals, between meals, that's what's up. If you're getting enough protein from your diet, you're going to get enough essential amino acids. Good?
Done.
Rogerio Custodio. He's back. Roger, my man. Hey, very big boys. Rogerio from Sydney, New South Wales, Australia. Back for one more round. I work in hospitality on the management level, so alcohol, frequently free of charge, is omnipresent in my life. I love a good beer and I try to control myself, but after Christmas and New Year's and my birthday, it has been hard cutting back on the sauce. Too much sauce. Mm-hmm. Don't get me wrong, I don't get drunk, but instead of a very cheeky once or twice a week, I'm feeling like having 1 a day at least. I know there's more than just the empty calories as a side effect to the consumption of alcohol, but could you remind me of the other pernicious side effects so I can sit my ass down and drop the bottle once and for all? Cheers, guys, and stay massive. Give Roger, a reason to stop drinking every day.
The main 2 obviously are the calories. Mm. So let's go with the empty calories. 9 is a 9?
I was going to say 7.
Well, I don't know.
Let's say 8. I'm not even sure. I don't drink enough to really take notice.
Yeah. So obviously you've got the increased amount of alcohol and calories per
empty calories as well. Alcohol does nothing for you. Your body can't use that. It's not a macronutrient. It's just fucking empty calories.
Yeah, and especially the one obviously impairing all of your bodily functions as well. Mm. But obviously another one is the increase of estrogen and lowering of the testosterone levels. Mm-hmm. Even after 1 beer, which I read a study about that this week.
What about the fact that alcohol is actually a poison?
Yeah, true.
And you're literally poisoning your body every day if you're drinking every day. Mm. What about the fact that alcohol upregulates GABA receptors, and GABA is a depressive neurotransmitter?
That's true.
I think that's a pretty good range of reasons to stop drinking every day, Roger. Just have one on the weekend, brother.
It's not to say that you can't have a glass of wine with steak on a Saturday night.
The less you have, the more you appreciate it as well. Fuck it. Dylan Pitt. Hey, big boys. Dylan from Brisbane, Queensland here. relatively new to your channel and loving the content. Welcome, Dylan. We love our new subscribers. My question comes from your recent Supplement Simplified article on laxagenin. Enjoyed the read. I wrote that one, so happy that you enjoyed it. For a plant-based steroid to elicit an anabolic response similar to that of oral steroids, such as Anavar, why is laxagenin not a staple in every gym goer's supplement stack? I'm very curious as to why something with seemingly no side effects is not a mainstream supplement. I'm also wondering if either of you have taken it and what your personal opinion on it is. Sorry to ramble. Hope this makes sense. Stay massive.
So why isn't it a staple? Well, it should really be a staple I mean, that's why Joe wrote the article, because we believe it should be a staple in every supplement goer's stack.
It's very new. That's the thing.
Which as well is why there's not a whole lot of notes or a whole lot of information or a whole lot of companies bringing out their products. You get a lot of brands that are quite cutting edge, I guess you'd say, or not cutting edge because it's not really, but up to date with current research and trends and what the new ingredients are and those kind of things. Platinum Labs do a good job of it, which is why they've got their laxagenin. Same with Blackstone Labs.
Creation are about to.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Creation. So products like that. The thing is the consumer has been drilled down to know, or has been informed that products to increase testosterone is stuff like Tribulus. Everyone knows that Tribulus is a test booster. Tribulus this, Tribulus that.
Yeah. Or D-aspartic acid.
Or D-aspartic acid.
Around for 10 years
I mean, D-aspartic acid has probably overtaken Tribulus now.
Yeah.
I guess. But the thing is the public, when they're looking at a test booster, pick it up on the shelf or look at a nutritional panel on the website and they'll see laxagenin. What the fuck is that? Because they don't know, they're not informed with it, they've never heard of it. But if you as a consumer look and say Tribulus tertius D-aspartic acid 3 grams, you're going to know, oh, that's a test booster, it's got a clinical dose of D-aspartic acid. So it's about informing the consumer and just not being aware. So I forgot what part of the question that was answering.
That was the first part of the question.
Yeah. So
why is laxagenin not a staple in every gym goer's supplement stack?
Yeah,
and it's not a mainstream supplement.
It's not a mainstream supplement, but yeah, we believe it should be a staple.
It's the reason why it's not is because it's new, man, and that's why we do things like the Supplement Simplified. I'm going to do a video when Laxopure drops specifically on that product, which is going to be on laxagenin. It's about, you know, companies like us who have access to the cutting edge information. You know, publicizing that information, broadcasting that information so that it becomes mainstream. So the reason why it's not mainstream is because it's very new. But I'm happy that you read the article because you'll probably use it in your supplement stack and get great results. In terms of use, I've been using laxagenin. Well, I was first introduced to it with Anabolic Triad. Which is now over a year old.
Platinum Labs.
Yeah, and then Blackstone Labs brought out Anagenin, and I was using that, and then Platinum Labs brought out just pure laxagenin, and then now Creation is bringing out Laxopure. So I've been using it for over 12 months, and I think it is a fucking godsend. I love laxagenin, man. It is definitely a staple of, and the fact you don't have to cycle it, I mean,
there you go.
Like I think it should be, you know, if both men, it should be in everyone's supplement stack. If you're trying to improve body composition or improve performance, it should be a staple in your supplement stack.
Yeah.
100%. Nelson Wells. Hey guys, Nelson from Wollongong, New South Wales, Australia. What's the ETA on MTS Peak Physicor, and would it be a potential monthly special when it lands with drop factor, as Christmas has been kind to me?
There's an issue with Peak Physicor that
MTS fucked up the powder, man.
It didn't have the sachet in there that stops it from drying and clumping.
Yeah.
So we opened them and they were like rock hard.
Rock hard.
We're talking like turn upside down, doesn't shake. I put mine through a NutriBullet, which softened it up, but then after a couple of days it just fucking went hard again.
Yeah.
So yeah,
MTS have got a serious issue with that product clumping, the powdered form at least, Nelson. So we actually don't have an ETA, man. We're waiting for them to sort that issue out and give us an ETA.
I'll be honest with you, because it's a new product, we're probably not going to put it on special straight away as a new product.
We very rarely do. Michael Reed. No, Michael hasn't told us where he's from.
From there,
No, he didn't. He didn't. No, he's out. I told you, man, I'm vicious this week. Whiteout 95 Stang. Hey guys, Jake from Wisconsin, USA. Neve was just wondering if I could get a basic breakdown of your diet as you are looking jacked and I'm looking for a change. Thanks and always stay massive. You already answered that.
Yeah.
Didn't you? Yeah. What did we say? We said 300 grams of protein, 100 grams of carbs, 200 grams of fat, spread over 5 meals.
I have 2 shakes, 3 whole meals.
Boom.
Meals are generally some kind of meat,
Yeah.
salad, nuts, mixed nuts. My smoothies are 2 scoops of some form of whey protein, a banana, frozen blueberries, natural peanut butter. It's pretty simple.
Easy. Michael Tran. Hey guys, aloha from Honolulu, Hawaii.
We already answered that one.
We did, but I've been to Hawaii, so I just wanted to acknowledge Michael for answering this question.
He asked about starting a
man.
TMJ supplement line.
Would you folks ever consider starting a TMJ supplement line since you guys are very knowledgeable in that area? Thanks again and stay massive. We've already answered that question, but thanks for asking anyway, Michael. And I love Hawaii.
I've never been.
You should go. It's fucking great. Sean Golding. Hey fellas, it's Sean from Melbourne, Victoria, Australia. Was wondering, is there a difference between a chin-up and a pull-up, or is it just 2 different names for the same damn thing? And the same question again for a Romanian and stiff leg deadlift.
I think does it depend what way your hands are facing and the width.
A chin-up and a pull-up is the same
thing.
It's exactly the same thing.
But like a chin-up, somebody told me once like chin-up was like with your hands facing you, and then a pull-up was your hands over the bar, wider.
I don't think I've ever heard that.
No, I have.
It's 2 names for the same thing.
You're doing the same thing.
Whereas Romanian and stiff leg deads are 2 different things. Care to explain?
It's about the bend in the knee.
Yeah. So stiff leg deadlift.
It's stiff.
Technically, your knees should be pretty much locked out.
Romanian is a bit more of a bend in the knee.
Yeah, but not a bend like a conventional deadlift where your knee's completely bent, but you do have a little bit more of a bend in your knee than you would a stiff-legged deadlift.
I much prefer Romanian deadlifts.
Alan Kim. Hello, gents. Alan, coming to you from Toronto, Canada. With TMJ pretty much being the leading supplement distributor in Australia, thinking in a macro sense, are there plans to heavily branch out to the entire Asia-Pacific area and further, with potentially taking over international powerhouses like, I'm not going to mention the company because that's why, but it doesn't matter. Let's just go with taking over international powerhouses.
Yeah, I guess it's just a lot more money and resources, etc.
Yeah, Alan, 100%, man. Like that's what one of my things. If you've listened to my podcast, and I tend to say this, because I get asked these questions in podcasts all the time. What are the plans for Massive Joes? Where do you see yourself in 5 to 10? These are podcast type questions. Everyone loves asking these questions, and I always say that I honestly do believe that no one in this industry on the planet does a better job than we do at actually delivering products and information to help people improve their lives through health and fitness. That's what we do, and we do it better than anyone. So the more people we're able to reach, the more positive impact that we're going to have on people's lives. That's really what it comes down to. So my goal for the business is to reach as many fucking people as we possibly can all over the world. So that's what we need to do. But we also need to be careful, because one of the things in business is if you grow too fast and you're not able to keep up with the company growth and scale certain parts of the company that need to be scaled to support company growth, you can crash and burn real quick. So we're pretty happy with the growth path we're on at the moment, and we're doing a lot behind the scenes to allow us to continue to scale and grow faster and faster every year. But there's no question, man, we coming for these motherfuckers.
Just a lot bigger scale.
Yeah, I mean, it's like growth of any company. You need resources, you need people, you need financial resources, you need the right people doing the right job. You need it's all a scaling thing.
Yeah,
is what it comes down to. Mopography 111. Hey boys, hasn't told us where they're from. I'm serious, guys. You don't tell us your name, where you're from. I'm scrubbing your fucking question out. We're getting 30, 40 of these every week. Last 2 questions. Second to last question. Buff Bobcat. Hey lads, Pierre from Chester, UK. What the fuck happened to Pierre's username? Is that Dill taking the piss?
I think she's a buff bobcat now.
Fuck, all right. Well, hey, man, whatever. We'll roll with it. What's happening, Pierre? Sorry I missed last week's weekly word. My question this week is, wise boys, if you could go back to the start of this TMJ journey, what would you change? I strongly believe that every up and down makes us better, but a bit like the first protein pallet you lost, Joe, there are some things that need avoiding. Massive thanks as always, Pierre, Buff Bobcat Pozzuto. He's adopted it. He's the Buff Bobcat. He's the BBP.
I mean, yeah, like what would you change? I mean, there's nothing really major, like in terms of MassiveJoes of like the business, there's nothing really massively the change because every situation has just made you wiser in the next thing. I mean, if everything was smooth sailing, you never face obstacles or challenges, then you would never really know.
Never develop the strengths to be able to deal with the challenges and the skills, and I wouldn't change a damn thing.
Obviously, when you look back on things, I mean, yeah, there's that many like little things you can change. Like, okay, we shouldn't have brought on that brand. We probably shouldn't have.
But if we didn't do it, we wouldn't have learnt the lesson where now we scrutinise brands down. Like we had a Skype call this morning. And, you know, usually we would jump straight on. We'll say, yeah, we'll put in a PO for, you know, X thousands of dollars for this new brand. No, we're like, well, we want to wait for the products to arrive. We're going to check them out. We're going to run the regulatory runs that we do and see if everything can play. You know, everything is part of the learning process.
But it comes down to every part of the business.
Yeah.
It comes down to, okay, maybe that staffing.
Maybe we shouldn't have hired that fuck.
Yeah, maybe we shouldn't have hired that person. So next time the hiring process is different, or there's more scrutiny in the hiring process in that regard, or that store didn't perform as we thought it would.
Maybe we shouldn't have put that store where we put that store. But had we not done that, we wouldn't be making the decisions we make now.
Or maybe that marketing strategy wasn't correct, so let's go back and why didn't it work, or what we're going to do in the future.
What can we change, what can we do?
So everything is a learning experience, but you probably don't change it because then, yeah, you wouldn't go back and not do it because obviously if you could, you'd go back and be fucking smooth sailing. But the thing is all of them just make you wiser in business and set you up for your next. I mean, I don't like honestly looking back, I don't think there's really anything massively that you'd want to change.
No, that's what I say. I wouldn't change a damn thing. I don't look back anyway. Pierre knows that I don't look back at things.
And it's not as if you've lost $500,000 here or that you've lost whatever from one poor choice. Probably you might have been able to save $500,000 from a number of different changes. The thing is, there hasn't been any really one massive change. You probably go back and change. I don't think.
Yeah. No, Pierre, I wouldn't change it. I wouldn't change a damn thing, man, because I think of all experience as life experience and all failures in particular. And most people would look back and go, fuck, I wish I didn't do this, or I wish I didn't make that mistake or make that decision that didn't turn out. You know, I that's what I look forward to. I embrace those sorts of things because that's where you learn. You don't learn from making decisions where you fucking crush, you know, or you know, you've made this decision and it's been a huge success. That's not learning. Learning is when you make a decision and you fuck up and you crash and burn and you go, shit, next time I'm not going to do that. I'm going to change the way I decided or acted or whatever it may be. Last question. Barney Ong, he's back. Hey fellas, Barney Ong from Melbourne, Victoria, Australia. Neve, with Australia Day coming up, well, Australia Day's been.
Well, we didn't do Weekly Word last week, so.
And Christmas holidays just passed. Many of us would have had a cheeky alcoholic drink or two. I've also seen in your social media that you have a wine from time to time. Is alcohol fine to incorporate occasionally, or is it significantly detrimental to gains that I should avoid it at all costs?
I mean, obviously, Barney, as you're a keen, avid listener, you would have seen the response that John and I gave to the last alcohol question.
Yeah.
The thing is once off, it's not going to have that detriment. I think that, as we've said before, is too many people miss out on too many things in life because they're too worried about their health and fitness goal. I mean, if Joe has a pro show coming up, and it's for a fucking pro card, or if it's for his first time on stage as a pro athlete, and he's 8 weeks out, and he has a Australia Day coming up, probably don't drink the alcohol because you've got to look at the bigger picture. But Bunny, if it's just someone like you or me who doesn't have that kind of thing coming up, I mean, it's not going to be...
You're at the Arnold Classic this year. It's Saturday night. Happens to be Neve's birthday. Probably going to have a beverage or two. So that's the thing. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you don't want to miss out on things in life because you on Monday you've got the gym or something.
Yeah.
You got to look at the big picture there.
It's all perspective, man.
Yeah.
It's all perspective. I don't drink very often. I'm not a big drinker at all. But you know, I didn't even drink on my birthday this year. But if there's an occasion and I'm out with the boys or whatever, and you're having a couple of drinks, if I'm not prepping for a contest or whatever, I might have a couple of drinks. You know?
That's it. But like, if you look back at the things that I've drank recently, there's been Joe's Buck Show, Joe's wedding, Team J Christmas party, New Year's Eve. And that's it. I mean, that's going back over 3 months. I've drank 4 times in 3 months. So I sort of just say it's those kind of occasions. Sometimes I have a glass of wine. Last night I had a glass of wine with my mother. Mum invited me around for dinner. I had a glass of wine last night. But I mean, she's good. Yeah. So I mean, apart from that, like I haven't drank for 2 or 3 weeks, or since probably New Year's Eve. So yeah, you just got to look at things like that. So
there you go, Barney.
So it will have a detrimental effect on your health, but once again, I don't think you should cut it out just because of the gym.
Next topic of discussion, Neve.
Story time, Neve. I don't know.
What do you mean you don't have anything? You've had 2 fucking weeks.
What have we done though?
Everything. We've done all the things. Surely you've got something for stories, something to leave the good viewers of Weekly Word who've hung around for this fucking hour-and-a-half episode of Weekly Word. Leave them with a little bit of Neve in their life. Didn't you move house?
Yeah,
surely there's something that came out of that. No. There must be. I do not believe that you moved house and nothing funny happened for story time with Neve. Or maybe it's not appropriate.
No, nothing has happened.
Nothing.
No.
You got 0.
No. So honestly, there's nothing happened interesting in the last 2 weeks.
Should we tell the story of how you and Boss Josh almost punched on yesterday morning?
No, I don't need to come out.
No, don't keep that one under wraps.
Josh didn't want to punch on with me. I wanted to punch on with Josh.
No, I'm pretty sure he did. He definitely poked the bear.
No, it was because he was talking and then he put on some fucking voice. And I said,
do you want to punch on, mate?
No, I said, don't talk to me.
We're a big loving family here at Massive Joes. I just almost killed the camera there.
No, I think the words that came out was that I said, mate, don't put that voice on when you talk to me. I'll fucking knock you out.
I think that was it. There you go. That's story time with Neve. We were out yesterday morning. We had our managers meeting here at MJHQ, which we have at the start of every month. All the managers that work at MJHQ get together, and I was asking about a stock control issue, and Bosch decided that he was going to put on a childish voice and direct it in Neve's direction, and Neve had that response.
And then Millie said, Stephen.
Yeah, she used the Stephen, which you know is serious.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then...
and Neve went red in the face.
I didn't get red, I just wanted to fucking...
No, not red but red with fury.
Oh, yeah.
Like you wanted, punch on. Anyway, there you go.
He didn't want to punch on.
No, you wanted to punch on.
But he didn't want to. He sat there.
Don't poke the bear.
Yeah.
That's the moral of the story. Big Neve, do you have anything else you'd like to add? Before
I was fucking angry because...
You were?
We went somewhere for breakfast yesterday.
Yeah.
Whose coffees do you think they forgot?
Mine.
And yours?
Yeah.
Mine is in mine.
Yeah.
And mine is in yours. They forgot yours and my coffee.
Yeah.
That's why I was angry.
Fucking hopeless. One job, breakfast place. Do good coffee. That's your one fucking job.
And I ordered smashed avo.
Yeah.
They put fucking peas in the smashed avo.
Peas?
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Yeah, we're not going back there.
Yeah. No, never again.
This episode's gone for fucking like...
forever. Guys, hit the subscribe button.
I am that hungry.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Turn your post notifications on, both on your mobile, your cell phone, and your desktop PC, so you don't miss a beat when it comes to the Massive Joes YouTube channel. Until next week, where we coming to and from Neve.
MassiveJoes.com.
Stay massive.